What's going on, guys? Travis with RAC Garage, and today I'm going to be working on the 36 Roadster again. Probably working on these lower quarter panel patches. There's a bunch of rot that was replaced and just doesn't look that good, so I'm going to be replacing this. This side's going to be fine because they just messed with the bead down here, but this side they put a big patch in, or a couple big patches. One here, one there, actually three. 1, 2, 3. So the patches we got only go up to about here, of course. So I need to make some more, an extension on that piece, finish it out, and then cut up here. So we got a welding extension on here, and then weld to it. But first off, EMS puts these stickers on here, and the glue is like crazy. And I tried to get it off with carb cleaner. It doesn't do anything to it, just laughs at it. What I found, you guys probably already know this, but to those who don't, mineral spirits gets rid of that glue sticky stuff pretty well, and it doesn't affect the panel, and it makes it look nice. So this is an area I cleaned up with mineral spirits, and I'm going to do this one now. So just a little bit on there. Yeah, you're probably not supposed to touch it. You see it with my fingers, it's already getting it off. I just want to spread it around with it though. So you probably don't even have to let it sit there, but I let it sit there for a few seconds, and then you know, go to town. So it's kind of neat. I only use mineral spirits for cleaning off paintbrushes and mixing with automatic transmission fluid to make some lube for my planishing hammer. Well, I didn't know that it took off sticky stuff. I only thought Goo Gone worked for that. So that's nice to know. So now let's actually do some work. All right, so after looking at this, I'm trying to fit it to the body. Obviously it's upside down. I don't like it. Most of it's fine, so I'm not going to start over, but it's a good start. I just want to crisp up that edge. You see how it, I don't know, I'll compare it to the way you're going to be looking at it. This one to that one. It's not quite, I know this has patches in it, but if you can see the original body line there, something's not quite right there. So I took a pattern here, of the bead, as you can see there, and I stopped, you know, not quite in the middle of the bead, a little after it, just so I can have some room there, so I can do both sides if I need to, or just, oh, no, just one side, because the other side's going to have to be a flange, but obviously that's way off. But I'm just going to go across the whole thing and, you know, crisp it up, because it's not the same. This is what it should be. Let me try and, I'll put the camera down and try to show you the comparison between what it should be and what it is. This might be a little difficult, but I'll try. So over here, this might be a good way to show you. Yeah, you can see how different that is. Very different. See the corner there? I don't know, it's hard to, I don't know if you can see it. And this one know, it's hard to show here, but trust me, it's different. Alrighty, so as you guys probably saw, well, I don't know if you saw. Alright guys, I picked up this cool little Milwaukee die filer. So I feel like this is going to help me a lot in, you know, finishing off my dies to get this plane nice and flat from side to side, square I guess you would say, because right now while I'm kind of finishing off the profile, I'm doing it by hand and I can't really tell if I'm square, and they need to be square when they meet up with each other, because right now look, it's not perfect. They're hitting certain sides, so when I get this die filer all set, I'll be able to file this thing perfectly square, and my dies will fit the way they need to. So I still have the scribe marks on these two pieces, so I was going to hook this up, and there was, you know, this pigtail, and I said, yeah, you know, whatever, let's get an end and plug it in. It's three-phase. Again, every old machine seems to be three-phase, and it's annoying. So I got a new motor, single phase, because a 3rd horsepower motor really does not need to be three-phase. So I think this is the motor. Yeah, okay. Oh, box inside a box. Should be a nice little, small little motor. Yep, there it is. Ah! All right, here it is. This is like the exact motor, which is kind of cool. But just single phase. Phase 1. Okay, cool. 3rd horsepower, 1725. It's the exact same specs as the 3-phase, just in single phase, because it is unneeded to be 3-phase, like I said twice. So I just don't know where. Oh, Okay, here. So let's, let me wire this thing up to a plug and, swap motors out and do all that business and get filing, because I need to get these dies done, because I need to get these quarter panel patches done, and I need to weld them to the quarter, because I need to finish this car. Starting a business is tough. I've had this business for a while, but I haven't been full-time. Now I'm full-time. It's like, one, I need this, then I need this, then I need this. I didn't realize how many things I needed to make my life easier. Right now it's making my life harder, but once everything's in place, all hooked up, all the tools I need wired and hooked up and ready, then I'll be smooth sailing. But right now I'm just running into the little things that seem to take forever. So let's go get this motor swapped and start filing those dies. And no, you do not need a die filer to make your own dies. On the Pullmax, you saw me make a couple in past videos. I did not use a die filer. I just want my dies perfect. And I see myself using this particular die profile in a lot of other scenarios, so I want this one to be perfect. It's actually made out of tool steel, so eventually I might harden it. It's just an oil hardening, so get it red hot, dip it in oil, should be all set. Not sure if I need to temper these dies, these kind of dies. I'll have to look into that, but you do not need a die filer. Like I was going to say, you can do it by hand. It just takes longer, and it can be just as accurate as a die filer or any like milling machine. You just have to take your time and measure things perfectly, and you can get very good results, but it takes a long time. So I wanted to quicken it up. All right, and before we get started, I just picked up the cowl back from the sandblasters, and you can see, well, I'm walking around this thing like an idiot. You can see the inside's nice and clean now, nice and perfect, and everything looks good. Can't even tell where I welded the new piece in. I think the same with the other side. I can tell a little bit. This one I had to have 2 welds on here. It was kind of a pain, but came out great. Just got a few holes to fill still. I just wanted to take care of that rust back there so I can weld on the feet. And the same with this. A little bit more work to do on these, but I wanted to get the rust taken care of, so it's clean slate. Don't have to worry about it. I also sent the rear spare tire brace for the back for right here. It's not needed for this car, but for its intended use, but I'm going to use it to brace this section up, because there's really nothing behind here once that's gone, and that'll be nice to just stiffen up that back area. I don't want anybody sitting on it accidentally and creating a huge dent, so that'll be back there to alleviate any of that stuff and make it real nice and stiff. Now let's go mess with the die filer. All right, so I got the old motor out, new motor in, wired up, running. Right now I just have it connected to a, what do you call it? Foot switch here. Just plugged in, then machine plugged into the foot switch. I don't have a switch in line for this machine yet because I think I just want to literally have a foot switch. So I'm going to get another one, but that's it. You know, filing stuff out. This will be good for making square holes in some sheet metal and, you know, random stuff. But I mainly got it for tuning up dies. And as you can see, I got my posts here. My upper one I usually keep pretty short. This was a little too short. I might even cut another one because it's supposed to be 1 3/4 inches, but I made it 1.5 inches. So I don't know. If I ever want to use it on the bottom, I think it's too short. And the bottom one's 3 inches. So I'm going to do them a little weird because I don't have the bottom of my Pullmax die receiver is an offset one instead of a straight, but it's going to kind of go like this, and yeah, see a nice even gap in between there. And the way I got these profiles, I didn't just, okay, let's see here. I don't know if I showed it, I forgot. But I didn't just like put this on here and use that profile for the this side and this side. I took one from the outside, made that the upper die, and I reset it and took one from the inside and made that its own die. So that accounts for the material thickness, so everything will turn out the way it's supposed to, if that makes any sense. Because right now when you close the dies, there's that gap in the center. That's supposed to be there, because when you give, I don't know, 18 gauge worth of gap on each side. Come on. It's hard to do one-handed. There you go. Once you do that, everything's equal. So, can't do it the other way, but it doesn't always work out, I have found. So, this is my second time, I think, making dies like this. Doing 2 different profiles for the same profile. So from the front and the back of the panel. I think it's going to work out great. It worked out fine last time. So, but this is the first time I used a die filer to tune up the dies, and I think it came out really good. So I can't wait to weld this to the posts and throw it in the machine. So I'm going to do a test piece, obviously, first to make sure the profile is correct. And then I will throw this in here and correct this inside here. That's mainly the only reason I made the dies, other than, you know, making it look correct. It just faded out, as you can see here. It's nice and crisp along here, the edge, and then around this corner it's kind of just like laid back and kind of a lazy bead, so I gotta fix that. All right, so I just got done tuning up the bead on this panel here. I don't know if you can tell the difference between this one and that one, but this here, at least I can tell this one's more crisp and uniform on where the edge goes. When it hits the radius here on the old one, it kind of flattens out, the transition gets wider. I don't know why, but that's how it is. See how tight it is right there? And then how wide it is right here, the step. Wide step, tiny step, and it goes back to a small step. So, and this side, it's all one continuous medium-sized step. So I'm going to continue that tuning up on this one here. So then after that's done, I can finally start, and now I can't replace them yet because I need to end it because they're long, and I need to put that little joggle that I had put on the actually the 37 sedan delivery. It's kind of the same patch, but a lot higher up, and when it got towards the door, there's a joggle there, and of course these don't have it, so gotta make one. All right, so we've been doing a bunch of little fiddly stuff, getting this part rebuilt. Because as you can see before, someone just kind of stuffed a piece of metal in there and kind of welded it, which added material. And that's just, you know, a nightmare when it comes to the bodywork side of things. Because that corner was rotted and they just kind of put stuff over it. And it wasn't even the same shape. So this is what we now have. I know it looks a little weird because there's, you know, die come on some stuff, but once it's a little fiddly to get it in here. So it fits pretty good. It's gonna fit pretty much just like that. And you know, hopefully I can fusion weld most of it, and then this will be one nice continuous curve, and I can add my my panel here pretty much when this is in there. I don't know if maybe I'll show you this with one hand. This will go kind of like over it, and then I'll, you know, cut everything to splice the two together, but it'll kind of be an addition to this, kind of like right there. Then there's going to be a hole here after I do that. Then I'm just going to take a little D-shaped piece of metal and cap it, because that's kind of what it does. The bead kind of ends. Alrighty, so here's where we're at right now. This tiny little piece I made is welded in. Looks nice, flows nicely. I was gonna put a cap on this piece, but I had, okay, so this part comes up and over. This flat, I had extra material underneath this, so I just kind of drew out the shape and bent it up, so it's kind of one copacetic piece from there. I think that worked out nicely, so I have it tacked up best I can. It's relatively flat over here. I need to still flatten this out a bit, put a couple more tacks here, then deal with this bead area. Actually, maybe not. I think I'll deal with that after I do the wheel well. So I'm just gonna weld from here over, and this part, kind of trim this little extra stuff here. So as you can see, I have this fully welded, and this is where this video is going to end. I just don't have time, literally in the day, to finish it off and finish the video and upload it for you guys. So the rest will be covered probably on Sunday, but that's all capped off on the end here. Nice, straight down the bottom. It's fairly straight for being just welded and nothing else happening to it. But it's going to get finished off, and, you know, on to the next side. I'm leaving this side unwelded, like I mentioned before, just because I'm going to probably weld it up when I do the wheel wells. I attach the wheel well to this area here. Sorry about that. So, leaving that alone. So, thanks for watching. I think it was a good video. Got some stuff done. Made a die. Got a die filer. Got a patch in. So, got something done. So, hopefully next videos I get more done. I probably say that a lot, but I found that first few months running a business, maybe even the first year, it's just like so hectic running around doing this, doing errands, and every time I do one errand, it takes up pretty much a whole day. It's insane. But thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for liking the videos, commenting on the videos, sharing them with your friends. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.